Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and first of all, I hope you enjoyed the new intro. This will be used from now on. It's pretty much the same thing as before, but just updated visuals. I mainly wanted to add the Gateway 2000 P590 to it, so yeah, hope you enjoyed that. But anyway, on to the subject of this video. This is my most recent vintage computer acquisition. This is a Compaq Armada 7730MT notebook computer from, I believe, 1997. I used to have a computer or laptop, whatever you want to call it, very, very similar to this, the Armada 7770DMT. I had that for a short time back in 2014, but wound up having to sell it. And ever since then, I've been wanting to get another Compaq Armada laptop in a similar design language. I just like the look and feel of these things. They're very retro, but at the same time have modern features that are very useful. This laptop exists only through a labor of love. I purchased this laptop a couple of weeks ago off eBay for way too much than I should have paid. It was as is. The picture showed it running Windows 98. It had the Windows 98 desktop up and everything, so I figured, you know, price is okay, I guess, and it's running Windows clearly in the picture. What could possibly go wrong? Well, when I got it about a week ago, everything was wrong. I would turn it on and I would just get the keyboard LED lights. They would just light up solid and I would get nothing. It would not do a power on self test. Every now and then I could get it to boot, but most of the time it would just not do anything at all. And I changed out what parts I could that I had on hand, and nothing could bring it back to life. It was just too flaky to even consider using it. But so it was apparent to me that the motherboard was faulty. So I went on eBay, and as luck would have it, there was only one motherboard for sale on eBay that would fit this laptop. And it was a very reasonable price, very, very reasonable. We're talking like $15. So I went on ahead and grabbed it. And the other day, I took this entire laptop apart. I didn't even use a service manual because I'm stupid like that. I took the old motherboard out and I found a little bit of corrosion on it. That's probably what was causing the flakiness of it. So I took the motherboard out, threw it aside, put the new one in, and guess what, folks? It works perfectly now. Perfectly. Not a single problem with it, except maybe the hinges aren't very good on it anymore. But yeah, we have a working laptop now. All thanks to motherboard replacement that I was lucky to find for a good price. If that motherboard hadn't been on there, I would have been out a lot of money. So yeah, take this as a lesson, folks. If you find something on eBay, like an old computer on eBay, and it shows it running Windows, it shows it running the desktop, that's not good enough. There may be further problems with it that are not mentioned in the eBay listing, so be very careful. Don't do what I did. I was lucky in that I was able to fix the problem with it, but yeah, that was just pure luck right there. But anyway, let's finally start taking a tour of this laptop. Okay, here's the top of it with the badge number, Armada 7730MT. Although with the new motherboard, it's actually now a 7750MT, but there's really not much of a difference between the two models, so who cares? And right here we've got our LEDs. We got power, battery, hard drive, and I forget what that is. We got our hard drive bay, which I'm currently using a 2 GB CF card in it. Very, very handy. And we got our multi-bay. This came with a beige floppy drive, but it was completely non-functional. The eBay listing even said it was non-functional, so I expected that. I took it apart, cleaned the heads, but that did not fix it, so I had to trash it. And I didn't have a CD-ROM to use with it either. That was the important thing, but thankfully I was able to find an Armada 7800 series CD-ROM drive that fits and works perfectly in this computer, even though it's the wrong color. So currently I am looking for a beige CD-ROM that will fit this laptop, as well as a beige floppy drive that will work in this laptop, although I'll take a black floppy drive as well. But I'm getting by just fine though without the floppy drive in it. I'm able to run everything through CD and other means, so yeah, not too bad. On the right side, we get our Kensington lock slot, 2 PCMCIA slots, and both of them are populated. First with my Ethernet card, and on the bottom, a Compaq flash adapter with a bunch of computer games on there and other stuff. That's a great way of copying files to this computer since it's only running Windows 95 and lacks a USB port. On the back we get a plethora of goodies. We get a dial-up modem, a serial port, infrared, microphone, headphone, and line in, a parallel printer port, docking station. The docking stations for these series of Armadas are really, really cool, but very hard to come by. PS2 mouse and keyboard, VGA out, the built-in power supply, which is very convenient because all you need is just one of these cords and you're good to go. Nothing proprietary here. And on the right side, not much of anything. You get a vent for the fan and the battery. And let's open her up. Two-handed operation there. And here's the inside of it. I gave it a good cleaning, by the way, with magic eraser and whatnot. We got a microphone on here. I forget how big the screen is, but it's an 800 by 600 active matrix display, which is the best kind of screen you can get on a vintage laptop. Camera's not focusing, by the way. We get stereo speakers right here, which is the best place to have them on a laptop instead of the palm rest, like on a lot of laptops of the day. Keyboard is yellowed, but works. These keyboards on these Armadas are really, really nice to type on, by the way. You get a trackpoint style mouse here with right and left click buttons. Some Compaq hotkey buttons. 2 power buttons because Compaq is weird like that, and volume buttons. And oh, I forgot to mention the specs of this laptop. It's got a 166 megahertz Intel Pentium MMX. It originally had 16 megs of RAM, but I upgraded it to 80 megs. It originally had a 2 gig hard drive, but it now has a 2 gig CF card, which we saw a while ago. And it's running Windows 95. So let's go ahead and power it up and see what it can do. Alright, here we go. Doing its IBM style memory count. Sorry for the spots on the camera. Alright, booting into Windows 95, and we can do a panel stretch here. Because this screen thankfully supports it. That's it initializing the PCMCIA cards. Now, the BIOS is usually stored on the hard drive on here, but unfortunately, the setup disks are on floppies, and since I don't have a floppy drive on this computer, I was unable to set up the BIOS partition on here, which is unfortunate, but once I get a floppy drive for this computer, we'll see about getting that taken care of. It does take a little bit of time to boot up. There's the other PC card there. My custom Compaq wallpaper. Okay. Here's our Windows 95 desktop that we've seen so many times on this channel. I think we can adjust the brightness maybe. No, it's already as bright as it can get. Oh well. Oh yeah, still getting used to this thing. I've only had this usable for a few days now. But this is pretty much my standard issue Windows 95 install that I give most of my vintage computers. Go to My Computer, go to Properties, go to Device Manager. We got a S3 video card with 2 megs of video memory. Hard disk controller there. A voice view 2800 bits per second modem. An 800 by 600 display. Mouse. The IBM network card that I put in. And ES1878 plug-and-play audio drive. Very good sound card. Does very good with DOS games. And has good MIDI as well. I need to adjust the monitor. Okay, there we go. Looks worse for me, but it looks better on the camera. I keep copies of all my favorite computer games from this laptop's era on the PCMCIA CF card adapter. It's a 16 gig card, and here's a folder I have on the desktop with shortcuts to most of them, including some that I have installed on the actual hard drive, or well, the CF card acting as the hard drive. We can go to the Start menu. Here's everything I got installed. Again, nothing you haven't seen before, really, on my channel. We can give ourselves a MIDI test. Do one that won't get us ID'd. I can't really say I'm familiar with that song, but yeah, MIDI on here, it's FM synthesis, sounds pretty good to me. And there's my YouTube emblem. Can we get it full screen on here? There we go. I really need to use this more often, this video file. Good old direct draw killed itself. Well, too bad. But everything seems fine now. I've got Microsoft Word on here, Word 95. I don't have the full Office 95 suite on here just to save disk space. Alright, let's play ourselves a game here. Find one, you know, we always play the same stuff. What do we want to play today, folks? Hey, let's explore the farm. How about we do that? And I have QRes on here that automatically adjusts the resolution, so I don't have to. A little bit of distortion for the panel stretching, but that's to be expected on something of this era. But it looks fine to me. I can live with it.
Hi everybody, I'm your guide, Fuzzy the Knowledge Bug.
The escape key acts as a fly swatter in this game. So let's go straight to this.
Go ahead and type in your name, and I, Fuzzy the Knowledge Bug, will keep track of your score as you play. Hey, let's play a game.
Do we have
Go ahead and choose a level. Hello there.
This does bring back a lot of memories, though. This
First,
and Let's Explore the
I,
Airport.
Fuzzy the Knowledge Bug, will choose something I know you can find back at the farm. Then we'll buzz
How do you
back
know
over
I
there
can
and take
find
a
it?
look. Keep your eyes open, and when you find what you're looking for, just click. Here's your first
I
item.
think the volume is a little bit too loud for these speakers, but...
Now, let's see if you can find it.
What in the world is that thing?
Down below is a picture of the item. Now, you have to go find it.
Hey, quit telling me what to do, blue bug that I don't think is a real species. What is that thing?
Web.
And this is from my good friend Elmo 3. I love that. I love that. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Now back to figuring out what this thing is. I love that one too. Okay, that wasn't it. Why did I even think that was it? This is just the medium level. I'm failing at a children's game that I used to play. That's pathetic. Yeah, that sums it up. I'm beginning to think that thing looks like a bird almost. I'm not seeing any birds flying around. That certainly wasn't it. You know what? We can choose another one. Okay, I think I know what that is. There we go, we found something. We can stop this shenanigans.
Let's play.
No! This game humiliated me too much. I can't play this anymore. Okay, apparently we're not playing SimCity today. Unless we just... Oh, there we go. Things haven't changed much around here in the last 100 years or so, and the residents are beginning to get bored. They think Dolesville could be the next great city with the right leader. It is your job to attract new growth and development and turn Dolesville into a metropolis in 30 years. Oh, ain't that nice? Yep, here's Dolesville. Shut that music off. Okay, I think what this town needs is some commercial development. June 1900. You know, this looks awfully futuristic for the year 1900. Well, wait, I didn't want that. Didn't want that. Didn't want that. Good old SimCity classic. Okay, maybe we need an industrial revolution of some sort. Oh, that was an odd noise. Traffic in this city is horrible. Highway shootings are on the rise. Well, that's not my problem. That's the Department of Transportation's problem. That is pretty bad looking. Maybe we should build a beltway or an urban loop. Even though the interstate system won't be invented for another 55 years. Yeah. Man, that's an annoying sound. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, do you want a railroad? Will that make you bums happy? Man, being mayor is hard. Okay, enough of that. Alright, let's try a DOS game, which does quite well through Windows, actually. You know, let's try one we haven't tried before. One that I don't have a shortcut for. We played Jill the Jungle before on this channel a few times, but we've never played the sequel. Let's give it a try. But first, let's turn the volume down. Quit whining. Whoa, that's kind of slow. We may need real mode DOS for that, for this particular game. Yeah, that's not really that playable. I apologize, folks. That was meant to go a lot better than than that. But there is a DOS game that we can play that we really haven't seen before on this channel, I don't think. Okay, apparently I got the wrong... I got bad shortcuts on this computer, apparently. I need to take care of that. So let's just go to the root. I guess there are just no shortcuts in life, children. Do we have to set it up first? Yeah. This is Tyrion, by the way. It's like it's already ready to go. Epic Megagames. Made a lot of my favorites back in the 90s. Whoa. Oh, that scared the larynx out of me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just a good old top-down shoot 'em up. Kind of like the Flying Tigers game we played at Christmas. But I think this one was a lot more famous. And a lot more difficult. Oh, what in the world is that thing? There is music in this, but it's just not very loud. Whoa. Yeah, I haven't played this game in a while. I should have practiced beforehand. I think we've still got a pretty good shield, though. Approaching enemy platforms. By the way, the reason I'm not going into real mode DOS is because whenever I boot into real mode DOS that Compaq provides for this laptop, I get a missing command interpreter error. And even when I direct it to command.com, it doesn't do the trick, unfortunately. So that's why I'm having to play all these games through Windows, which for the most part works okay. Okay, we're running it low on shield. And of course, this laptop, I'm sure, wasn't designed to be playing games to begin with. These were built for business. This is a long level. Spikes. Oh, what? Oh, now we're... slow down on me, game. Secret level. Oh, what? Whoa. Oh, that's not a nice looking guy. Come and kill him before he kills us. Answer to that is no. We died. We got further than I thought, though. Oh. Now, one thing I want to make mention is something kind of cool involving this laptop. I want you to take note. Notice that we don't have a power cable plugged in. We've been running on battery this whole time. This is something that really amazes me about this laptop. It still has an extremely healthy battery in it. And that's something you do not find often on these old laptops. Let's see, how much time do we have left on here? 2.3 hours remaining, and we still got 76%. I believe this had a full charge when we first turned it on a few minutes ago. So that is really, really impressive, since you can't really find batteries for these anymore. So that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm making this my main vintage gaming laptop. So I can do things like lie in bed and play games on it, take it on the road with me if I ever go on overnight trips, which really doesn't happen often. But I am very, very impressed with this laptop. I've always loved the design language of these old Armadas. They're very retro looking, but still have some modern features that make them usable for gaming and other things. So if you are able to come across one of these, do go ahead and get it. Just make sure just make sure that it fully works before you buy it. Don't make the mistake I did. But thankfully it works now. So we have new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes in between. If you would like to support me on Patreon, the link for that is in the description below. So until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off. Oh yeah, and this laptop always freezes right here, so you have to do it manually. So long, folks.